Okay, in any right-angled triangle, if one side length and one acute angle are known, the lengths of the other sides can be found by applying our trig ratios. So let's look at the first triangle here. This is how we go about these problems. 35 is our marked acute angle. The hypotenuse, the side opposite the right angle, is 6, and the side opposite our marked angle is here. This side next to our marked angle is called adjacent. So let's look at the information we have. We have information about the opposite side and the hypotenuse. So remembering our trig ratios or our SOHCAHTOA, we have information about opposite and hypotenuse. So in this case, it is the sine ratio that we would use. So we write down the sine of the marked angle, which is 35, is equal to, on top of the ratio goes our opposite, which is A in this case, and on the bottom goes our hypotenuse, which is 6. Now this question wants us to actually find the value of A. So using our knowledge of equations, this is A divided by 6, so we bring the 6 over to the other side, and when we move sides we do the opposite. So we say 6 times by sine 35 is equal to A. You simply enter that into your calculator. So we go 6 times by sine 35, and the value of A, side length A, is 3.441458618 centimetres. But it wants it to 3 decimal places. 1, 2, 3. Let's look at the fourth. It is under 5, so the 0.441 stays as 0.441. So A is 3.441 centimetres. Let's look at our next example. The marked angle is 32. This side opposite our right angle is the hypotenuse. The side opposite our marked angle is here, and the adjacent or the next door side is here. Let's go back up to our trig ratio or our SOHCAHTOA. We have nothing about the opposite, but we have information about the adjacent and the hypotenuse. So we use cos, our cos ratio. So we write the cos of 32, or the cosine of 32, is equal to the adjacent, which is f, over the hypotenuse, which is 0.346. Again, using our knowledge of equations, this is f divided by 0.346. So we move it over to the other side and we times it by 0.346. So 0.346 times by cos of 32 is equal to f, and into our calculator, 0.346 times by the cos of 32, it says that f is approximately equal to 0.293424641 centimetres, but it wants it to 3 decimal points, 1, 2, 3. The fourth place is less than 5, so the 0.293 stays as f being approximately equal to 0.293 centimetres. Okay, one more example. In this triangle, it wants us to find the value of P. So, here is our marked angle. The side opposite the right angle is the hypotenuse. The side opposite the marked angle is opposite. The side next to the marked angle is adjacent. So, remembering SOHCAHTOA, we have information in this case about the opposite and about the adjacent, so we use our tan ratio. So we write tan of 5 is equal to opposite on the top, adjacent on the bottom. So this is a little different to the other questions because what we're trying to find is on the bottom. The easiest way I find of explaining it is you put the tan 5 over 1. The thing we want to find is on the bottom, which is problematic, so we can flip this. So I've just switched them, and put the P on the top, and that is totally fine as long as you switch this as well. You'll hear me in class say flip it. So we've got that. We're trying to find P. This is P divided by 120. So we move the 120 over this side and we times this side. We do the opposite. In this case it's divide. When we move it, we times it by 120. So in our calculator we've got P is equal to 120 over tan 5, because 1 times 120 here gives us 120. So in our calculator you put 120 divided by tan 5 and you'll get that P is equal to 1371.606276 metres approximately, because I've rounded off because my calculator stops. The question says correct to 2 decimal places, 1, 2. Let's look at the third one. It is greater than 5, so this 0.60, the 0 rounds up to a 1. So P is approximately equal to 1371.61 metres.